Good afternoon and welcome back to the Mindful Model Makers Workshop. I'm continuing on with a little bit of this card kit. It won't be all the card kit today. I'll be showing you something else I'll be doing because I like to do 2 or 3 projects more or less at the same time. So on here, I'm just showing you what you can do with these doors. You could just put them on plain like so. So what I've decided I will do on this one is this end, which is what they call the showroom end, where you put vehicles inside or whatever it is you're selling in your garage. So I'm going to just glue that one on there. So I'll do that quickly and then I'll show you what I'm going to do the other side, because it gives you options, which is always good when you're trying to make something. So it said that this is the service, so that's that side, and this side is the showroom side. So you've got a service side and a showroom side. So we'll put a little bit of this glue here, just down there. Just a little, only need a little bit actually. So that's that. So what I'll try and do is just put a little bit down like that, because this stuff is one of the best glues I've ever used. I'm glad I found out about it actually, because it is so rapid. Right, so now we're going to put that in. So I'm trying to get it so that you can see. Pop it in on, put it down on the base, always put it down on the base, because then you can push it down to make sure it's square. Right, and that is it. It's as simple as that. So that's that one in. And hopefully you can see that clearly. Right, now the opposite side, it shows you on this drawing, on sheet 2. I'll show you up the top here. It shows you there that this is like looking inside it. You can make it as though the door's on runners. So you slide them along and it goes round inside. So you've got to imagine these, that they're all articulated into sections, which obviously it's not. But what we're going to do on the inside is we're going to connect it there. So I need to trim it. So it will connect there and have a bend in it, and the rest will fold round the wall at the back. So what it does then, it looks like it starts from there and will go round. So in order to get it to do that, we need to trim it up. So we need to get rid of all the white bits that are around it really. So we'll do that. So with my trusty safety ruler and my basic Stanley knife, I do a gentle score across to start with, always to get it going. It's best to take it down 2 or 3 goes until you're right through. And that way you get a cleaner cut. So you got there. Now when you get that, you'll get a raw edge of the card that it's obviously printed on. But that's not a problem, because what I will do later on is all the raw edges I will go round, and I tend to use a watercolour. You can use felt pen. Some people use a felt pen. I usually mix up a watercolour. The reason for that is because it's easier to replicate the colour that's there by mixing. Whereas with a felt pen, if it's red, and it's, you know, bricks are more of a reddy brown than just a red. So it does, to me, I like to try and blend it the best I can. Or if you want to paint, then paint, you know, with an enamel paint. So I've taken the 2 sides off, and I need to get rid of the bit at the top as well, because we don't need that in it whatsoever. So that's it. Again, just a light score. You get a light score, at least when you do the second, it's got a place. If you go too hard and it moves, then there we are. So I've now trimmed that door like so. Now what I need to do next, I need to score this along here in order to bend that door. So we need to find something that's not going to cause it too much grief to draw along there. to do that. So let's have a look around what we got. Something. I have got a little balling tool, which I can use actually on that. Yes, I have. So I don't really want to score through the card as such, because then we'll end up with a colour bit there. So right, find the line like so. Get it as level as. Now this is a little balling tool. I think it's something in the craft world that are used for making like flowers and things. But you find a lot of tools, you'll be going around, you think, oh, that'd be handy for so-and-so. Right, so I'm now pushing that in. So it's bending in, but it's not destroying the top of the card at all. It's just putting like a ridge in. I don't know how good that's going to be yet. You can see it's put a score in there. It's quite nice. So of course that lightly bends it now. Now, what I will do then is I'm going to see if I can show you this in situ. So the idea is to put that on the back wall like so. Right, now can you quite see that? I don't think you can see that very well. Yes, you can now. Right, so that's it. It's kind of slid. It would slide along across the opening, and now it's slid back to there. So that's how that's going to go like so. And then what I can do is touch up the green or a different colour, because it would have a rail around the top. But that's that door folded back, okay? So all I've got to do is glue that later on. There's a few more bits to do on this, but I'll show you kind of inside. You could see like the back wall. You can see in the office here. So you've got a shop window with some bits in. You've got the actual office. You can see where a lot of this has got brickwork. So the internal bit, looking through the windows, you can see the door in there. You can see the back wall right through. So the detail is quite good from what you can see. And there's obviously a lot more to go on top. But I'm not just going to bore you with a lot of the detail, because the kit is quite easy to build. It does make quite a nice kit. So that's where we are so far. I just wanted to show you what you can do with them doors. You could do the same with this door if you had wanted to, but I've had that one closed and the other one looking as though it's going to, that it's slid round open, because I might have some cars here being worked on later on, because obviously this is the workshop side, this is the showroom side. So that's where we are on that kit so far. Very nice kit, actually. I recommend it. And the thing is, what I want to do later on then is to turn it into a diorama. So as time goes on, I'll be adding bits, showing you what I've added. Some of the bits will come with the kit, because you do get the petrol pumps, but you can buy them and put them in front if you want. You may have some already, whatever, depending on what era you want to kind of depict your model to be. Right, so that's that. And also what I want to do today is to show you another little project that I'm going to do very soon. Right, here is a picture I printed. I think it's in Chinese or something. It's of Supercar. Now, I don't know if any of you remember Supercar, but there's a company, my son bought me this for my birthday, called SLMC. They are a model car kit collectors, but they also make one or two other quirky kind of bits and pieces. So in the box, by the way, these are on eBay, so you can just remember the company's name. There are some decals to put on as well. I believe that one goes underneath. I mean, I remember this as a kid. There's a slightly bigger version of it there. I've just literally downloaded these straight off of, I just wanted some pictures of it ready made, and also because obviously when I paint this, I want to replicate the colours correctly. Right, so these are the bags that it comes in. It's all white metal, so I will probably araldite this together. Some of it may be super glue, and some of it, I remember having a plastic model of this when I was, I don't know, I was trying to think the other day, probably 6 or 7, maybe a bit older, maybe 10, I don't know, I can't remember quite. But anyway, there's some rough bits to clean off, but that's the main body of it, like so. And on the model it had the wheels underneath, so there's the 3 slots underneath. There are screw holes to fix it together as well, so that's that. Here is the pilot and his canopy in there. Oh, there's an aerial that goes on the back as well, so you've got an aerial. The pilot's already painted, and then the canopy, very nicely made as well. And then you have the wings that come out at the side, because it says on there that they are retractable, so they go in and out. Yeah, so that is the basic model as you get it. So they've got 3 parts there. It just needs a good clean up with a file, fitting. And as you can see, it's got a slight bend, but it's white metal. Just be gentle with it, because if you go too hard, and it just says on there various bits. It was made in England, and that's it. So yes, I don't think this is available now, only as a very original, which I would believe, because of the age of it, would cost you quite a bit of money. So this is a way that you can have a replica of Supercar. So I don't just model railway stuff. I mean, railway modelling is you know, probably my primary thing, but I've made loads of models over the years of all sorts of things, non-railway related. I've even built dolls' houses and things like that, because I just like modelling, making things in miniature. There's another part in there which I haven't decided or discovered what that bit is yet. Yeah, and that's it really. There's no real instructions, but I think it's one of those, if you're a modeller, you'll just keep looking at something, trying something until you actually get it to fit together. So there we are. So that'll be a project that, if you want to follow along and watch, will be coming soon. So there's the company, SLMC, model cars, kits for collectors, made in England. And there's model suppliers. There's the guy's address on there. But this did come off of eBay. That's where it came from. So yeah, if you're interested, have a look at their site on there, and because I don't really know what other stuff they do, I haven't really think, but I did. My son knows that I used to follow Supercar when I was younger. The same with Fireball XL5. These were all pre-Stingray and Thunderbirds. These were all before that. So I think Supercar was probably one of the first, and then I think Fireball XL5 came after that. Yeah, so I think, God, I think the guy was called Mike Morris. I'm not 100% sure, but if that's my memory. But you can always put it in the comments if I got it wrong. I'm never too old to learn, but you do forget these things. But there's all the parts, so that's something else I will be building very shortly. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll keep you updated with the service station, especially when it starts to turn more into the diorama side, which is the reason for building it. Anyway, thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.